This is the part where we talk about what happened last time, but honestly, I just can't fucking wait. Let's get to it. That is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. You think? Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled, kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I just had to look around for some There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. That's gross. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink, which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. That's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive somehow. Hey, farmer. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was take a nap. Oh my god, I was kidding. All right. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Strange sounds pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
You got a little something there. Hi.
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What the fuck are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I wanted some ramen. I mean, I wanted to help you. I'm glad to hear that. You got a bit of shit in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Always thinks like 75 steps ahead. Thanks. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Really hit the spot. Now I got all the energy. Hey, you keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Well, no. After all, the fact I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. That's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt, or no, to atone.
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive no matter the cost. Oh?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive,
in other words,
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So that would be...
Indeed.
At least I did once. Until recently, I've forgotten what it was. Yeah. So that's a theory that I've had for a while now, is that they've forgotten a shitload of stuff. I had no memory of what my purpose was. Yeah. Then is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. Okay, so... what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Ultimate waifu, duh. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. Why? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. Okay, stop yawning, my god. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance the mastermind is actually one of us.
Correct.
I don't make too big of a deal of it, it's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case it only makes sense she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. Why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I'm vaguely insulted. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. I was. I mean, it's Kyoko. Of course I'm convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own, so how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember. But at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Okay. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. I already knew that. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. I know, right? I can't stop yawning. Holy shit. You had to find someone. Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. Why'd you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father.
In other words...
Okay. I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Holy shit. That's a thing. And that explains... When Aldrigo told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
So,
Yeah.
Hey,
Belgian. My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Okay, and what did you see?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. It's a map.
Indeed.
A layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room.
However,
Once I got there, I noticed the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sound like it must be important and really ominous.
However...
Of course, once I got to the... Yeah, okay. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. Has to do with Mukuro, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I mean, I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
My theory from that still stands true. What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro was to get me killed.
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared. In retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. Confusion. That was the point of the class trial. The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Yeah.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules, but that leads to another question. Technically, they didn't get it right because I wasn't the blackened, so shouldn't we all have died? The mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey.
It's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro. There's a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you. Wait, what? Oh, you're talking about...
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... Yep. During the night. I can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I mean, I don't... Alright, so not that you guys will be able to see this, but I'm getting a phone call, but it's only 4 digits. How does that even happen? How do you get a phone call from 4 digits? It's literally the country code and the area code for this area and then nothing else. How do you even... It's gotta be aliens. It's Bird. Bird! It's too late. It's too late. Bird's gone. I tried. I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if it's true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. But doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. What does it all mean?
In other words,
It means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro is the ultimate despair and that she's dead, but I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. Talking
That's
about
right.
the tragedy, yeah. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Indeed.
Make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Oh. Well, okay. I love pears. Pears are delicious. I got a butt plug. Nice. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now
Anyway,
we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. It's fair. You have anything else? You still have that one thing? The secret tool you got from the headmaster's room?
indeed.
It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it get it in any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door right behind you, right?
It's true.
Hot damn.
Indeed.
Now we can get out of here. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. There wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. That's a lot of ultimate. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Damn it! She was supposed to go first! Oh. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be fine. Now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Thanks. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
because we take pride in it.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Conscious effort.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Yeah, but the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You'd have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There's something I want to say to him, though. Uh-oh.
I...
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. Tell him what?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Damn. The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. Damn. I'm sure there was a reason. Psh. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? It's not true.
However...
There's one thing I can never forgive.
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm fucking sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot all about me years ago. But your family, just to cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? No. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Reach my right hand up and push it up against the latch. Hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back.
Whew.
Can't believe how long the ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak. Kyoko, thank you. I would never have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So now what do we do? I mean, I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Well, yeah.
So then...
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out, and it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. She's saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is gonna happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down.
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little... No, I'm super uneasy about this. We don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Oh my god. Clearly it's nighttime, but past that.
Well now.
Hi. Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are you really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you out?
What?
So what if I did? What do you do about it? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again.
Me angry.
And this time I won't leave anything to chance. Help?
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to.
However...
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
No.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose?
Hey!
Explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
However...
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. Nah, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However...
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you just said, right? And that means I lose. You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well...
No, I can't. Well, just say it like that. Jesus. What is this, a comedy routine? Make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
That doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because...
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you love to inspire.
However...
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey.
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey.
Of course, you could say we're just making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. Nah, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
That's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey.
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this will be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. What reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word.
Bear it!
Bear Very interesting indeed. Fucking puns.
What's wrong?
I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words...
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. Oh my god, I can't believe he agreed to that. We still have a shot at this.
Bear it!
But this is the long way to climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for the final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. Every last mystery that's pawning around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
It's true.
So I've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school, then you win. But if you can't do all that, we all die. I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how all this has turned out. Same.
Hey.
Before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure, so what?
Hey.
I just want to confirm, that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Yeah, my theory still holds true. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... Very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I guess he's done talking. So get lost! Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone, get out of here. Alright, I'm going, Jesus. You're gonna really let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey.
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. I can't believe this is not going like I thought it would at all. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away, and just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However...
Don't think we just yet. The real battle's still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept.
Because...
It's all because of that one moment the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it they let their guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so... unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it is hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However...
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
In other words...
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult.
So...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
It would seem...
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah? Exactly. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words...
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. Why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely.
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair, the Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. They want to prove despair is better than hope. That's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you. And yet, that same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness.
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the Mastermind has to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
No matter how much they hate what I'm doing, they haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer. Then they made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. So, that was all a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge?
However...
That's only thanks to you we got that chance, because you believed in me and another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. I suck.
However...
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
Correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. Yep. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey.
Before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind.
However...
Is that really possible?
Anyway...
Right now we have to go find the others.
Shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Yeah. You got anything else you want to add?
Anyway...
Okay. That's the gym. Yep. We got all these people that are dead.
Hey.
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking.
Hey.
So they're not... Where the fuck are they then?
Hey.
So they're all...
Hey.
Well, they're probably together. If I were them, where would I go? I can't go upstairs. What the fuck? This is odd. Or not. Why wouldn't it let me look at the map for upstairs? I'm gonna try to go upstairs. Actually, wait. One other place they might be. It says nighttime, but if it's not past 10, it would make sense they'd be in here. The doors are open, so... And suddenly we were greeted with... Good Gesundheit. You again. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. The fuck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Oh. Oh, hey, look.
Is that Makoto?
Yeah, I've been in trash for like a while and I haven't taken a shower.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I try. You should also try getting crushed and dumped into a garbage chute, but don't worry, nobody will come help you.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
That would be the first thing you'd say. Everyone was there, all my friends who'd struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto, he smells like a wet dog. And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Yo!
She would try, and she would go down there, and she wouldn't have the key, and she'd get stuck too, and I'd be rid of 2 problems. Yeah. What was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. Who the fuck is Miss Cleo? Still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? Is that supposed to be a question? It was alter ego. You saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people could say they've had their lives saved by a computer program. Imagine it was a learning experience for you. That's my guess, Jack. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So no new areas. And where can we go to find new clues? You stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you!
Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. I win. She seems happy for some reason. Okay, well anyway.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
In other words...
We're gonna redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
Yeah.
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. If you'd shut the fuck up for 2 seconds.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
And who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
She's saying the mastermind killed Mukuro? I literally just said that.
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it. And did what he had to stop it. Had to stop it. It's right, but it looks so weird.
However...
His decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you
You
say?
spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
However...
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed. Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
Correct.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
I'm totally in the dark here. Yeah, of course you are. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
Our job is to expose the mastermind. There's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
But...
We've been looking around all this time. We still don't know anything, right?
Anyway...
You probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everybody dies.
Oh no!
I hate you.
You said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us. Because I don't like you. I'm fine with living here forever with Master. I don't think he's okay with that. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Anyway...
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
But...
But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries. It is a tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial's different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. Not so sure about that. I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in the Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh?
So, in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to have set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in here are the 16 students who've been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is definitely... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have had to have been one of them.
That's right.
And of those 16 people we start out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us.
No way!
I can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
Certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind as being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspiciously anytime Monokuma was active?
Well...
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
But...
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right,
But
right?
maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he would have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Is it nighttime? It's nighttime.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Oh, shit.
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very... Oh my god. So now... He said all doors. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is now done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Bye. And he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? The mess. The rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. And she's gone. With that, Togo trudged out of the dining hall, and now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
How about that?
I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, he left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. It's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless. Well, at least you can recognize it.
Okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Bye. She was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. Then she realized she forgot to grab 73 donuts and came back for those. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So...
However,
yeah, so you're gonna go off on your own? Now don't misunderstand, just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Yeah, I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors of the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth by any means necessary. And with that, she was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. That's dope. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? Guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up till now. Headmaster's room, bio lab, door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. And the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. I should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. That's a lot of shit. Oh, look, I just made a list. Nice. Of course there is, Jack. Of course there is. Well, I know where I want to check first. Said that there were dorms here on the second floor, but I don't actually remember where. That is what I want to check. Oh, that's a pointless hallway. You mean here? Yeah. Let's do it. That would be so cool. This is the second floor of the dorms. Well, I'm not gonna lie, this isn't what I expected. Looks like some ancient ruins. It's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Jesus. Dude, what the fuck? Bed's completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Opened the door with a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. Wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in, of course. Well, this is a fancy bathroom with nothing in it. This room is filled with lockers. Must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. It must be how you get it open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. You have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Why do they put metal plates on this? There's no way to get it open. How bizarre. Man, this place is fucked up. Can't imagine any way to get this open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. How about this one? Can you open this one? That's a funky door frame. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. Might be a faculty room, yeah. That's my guess.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room, and of course, you're right behind me. Never ceases to amaze me. What's up, Cyborg?
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Well, I'm gonna look around before I talk to you. I hope you don't mind. That's odd. There's a door there. There's a PC on the desk. Must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. PC still has some search results left on it. Maybe we can get some info?
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
That's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
Whew.
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. Oof. Oof. I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. It's a good outlook to have. Cuckoo looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. There's a strange gap in the wall. Some kind of design mistake or construction defect or something? It's a door.
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out.
Indeed.
It's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. Enlighten me. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something? Very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. Let me guess, you push on it? I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it. Oh. Enter the right password, the door should open right up.
However...
I don't have a clue as to what that password might be. I already think I know what it is. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. Right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked at all this paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more and more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password.
Whew.
I'm thinking how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in there, but for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something she wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, I was right!
What?
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it just to be sure?
Well...
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying her name. But if that's not it, might just hurt her even more.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. Collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. Typed in her full name. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
Why?
She's angry. Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. She doesn't want to admit that her father remembers her or cares about her in any capacity. What the fuck? Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. I'm more concerned with that. Better check out that suspicious present before I do anything. Damn it. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? Getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Alright.
Makoto.
Be careful. Why, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising probably.
It would seem...
If it's what I think it is. At the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. It's gonna be your dad's head on a stick, calling it now. So you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? You're saying it's something that'll make me want to scream. Alright, I'm gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approach the box. I took a deep breath, and took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I still hesitant glance inside, and... Kyoko's advice is no use. I let out a trembling cry. No! Jesus Christ! Well, I guess I was half right. It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What was in the box? It was wrapped up all nice. I never would have guessed what was inside. Human bones. Kyoko said just as I thought. Oh, come on, I want to look at the picture, goddammit! Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Bones!
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. It's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. So for him to be here, he can't be alive. Yep. Yep. Alter Ego said the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know she said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. Was that really all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. Came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this? So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Damn. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. My working theory is still valid, but it's a long shot at this point. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. You would actually want to start from the bottom, but that's okay. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents, but in the last drawer... Is this... Case of emergency? It's an e-handbook, right? It has a label on it that says in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. That'll let me get into those lockers in that locker room then. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But... I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. I guess I'll take it then, Jesus. Is it really okay?
Hey.
Makoto? Can I ask you a favor?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. Let me guess, you're gonna ask me not to tell everybody else what we found? And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd like to... just be alone for a little bit. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were gonna say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please just give me some time to myself. Okay, see you later. Damn. Is she really okay? Must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. Find out what happened to the headmaster? There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster's dead. Yeah. The one who planned to isolate you is the headmaster. So that very same person may well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, man in his late 30s. Yeah, but he's not the mastermind because he's dead. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... Yeah. Yeah. 15 of us met in the main hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16, and including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. Interesting choice of words. So the ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. There's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. There's something I want to do. Not yours. Take out the headmasters. There you go. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Check them all. Come on. This thing's practically empty. Just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look. Looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster. And my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigy safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to her, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing, but when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us. What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Holy shit. Nothing in here. Okay, so that theory that I had before is very rapidly gaining traction. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. Crystal ball. No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. All kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuffed this didn't do a lot of studying. Now that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our hero? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? Nah, it can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? The more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are the things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that belongs to Hiro? A pocketbook that belongs to Kyoko? There has to be some kind of explanation. If I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward, and I have to believe in everyone. Damn. Well, that's all the lockers I can get into. I wonder if there's anything else I can do in this area. Part of me feels like I should go talk to her and be like, hey. Guess what I found? There's all kinds of stuff I want to talk to her about, but I better give her some more time. Damn it. All right. I guess I'm done down here for now. Where else do I want to go? I do want to go there, actually, yeah.
Hey, Makoto.
I am here to look around. Is that what you're doing? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured if all the doors of the school been unlocked, that one should be open too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it. Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck. So, you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Thanks. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. All right, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? The door opened much easier than I expected. Okay, this is a control room. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. What is this device? Looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something. It kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit.
Okay.
Let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Oh, no, you can't just randomly push buttons. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I don't know. I think it was that one, the button that says Data Center. I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center is right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. Probably better go check it out. Yeah, I'm scared, so you do it. I get the dumb bitch. It's not fair. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Give me all your donuts. Well, it looks like somebody thought it'd be fun to go ahead and continue playing with the control panel. Is that you, Hina? What? Oh man, busted. How did you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling, really?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, do not push it.
Too bad.
Aww. Are you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. This is literally the control center for Monokuma. The heck was that just now? It's Monokuma.
Huh?
What do you mean? What you were controlling just now? It was Monokuma.
Huh? Oh!
For real? Yep. Looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma, which means the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from this room. They were definitely in here. The mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from this room, and this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe they can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. That's exactly right. Kyoko's theory was right. But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? Yep. But if that is true... Okay, so the theory that I had originally is now even stronger. Oh, shit, man. The mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student. Nah, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
I mean...
Oh, well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something. I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like, you wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, we can't waste all our time standing around here. Wanna get going? I wanna look at the... It's like a hatch. Probably an escape hatch. But you won't let me look at it for some reason, so... Woo, I guess. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. The door, it just locked on its own. My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted.
Just a second.
They were hiding in that escape hatch. If I would have opened it, I would have found them. No fair, you can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like.
Hey!
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room.
Yep.
As you may have guessed, that's where all my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
You're a liar.
That doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? Hatch on the floor. Too bad, that was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Oh, okay. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace! He's gone, but is he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then when I said we should leave, well, I mean, the hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. Yeah. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet. Gonna run around, tell everyone what we found here. Nice, you got me all motivated
You got
again.
it.
Bye. I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. Okay. So, theory's still holding true, holding very true, stronger every second. What else was there I could do? Biolab. Yeah, let's hit the biolab. Here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. Like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? That's the first thing I need to figure out. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. This looks like a morgue. But on the other side, some kind of weird machine or something. It's just kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. I mean, this biolab's actually a morgue? We should probably take a closer look around. Hold on. Well, we know what's in them. There's a stack of tarps here. Been seeing a lot of these things lately. No, it's all of our dead friends. Some kind of booklet here. Looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. Okay. That's nice. Some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. On the left side, a bunch of glowing blue lights. Only some are on. And these are not. Looking around, I think I get it. Seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. How about those lights by each slot? Looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue, another one of the victims is. Can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Open them. So God damn it. I need you to open them. It's important for my theory. You're not gonna do it, are you? I hate you. All right, I'll check the dojo. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? Stop. Stop it. Get some help. I thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. And find anything, not a single clue. Figured since this place was related to the case, it would have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me back my precious time! Okay. Hey, Treble.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. You have any idea what I'm going through right now? PMS? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that except for Byakuya, and he's a fucking douche, so... Master Will. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Because you picked the worst possible person for that. Okay. Suit armor's on display. It's extremely Japanese. Again, not Japanese, not even very Japanese, but extremely Japanese. That is important. Do not forget that. Totally imagine Sakura out here using this to train. There's a bunch of wooden lockers in here. Found a clue. There's seriously nothing here. Huh? It's gone. The body. It's not here? Monokuma flower. Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Well, I don't think it's related to the case, so I better keep my distance. Check on the chickens. 4 chickens. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that. That's fair. Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. Oh. Didn't find anything even close to a dead body. If it's not here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? Corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. The tarp played a key role in another case, so I better look into it. Killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet. And they probably got the tarp from the biolab. Which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Okay. 2 things. Number 1, Jacob wins. Number 2, how the fuck did no one notice this before? It wasn't needed before. I mean, yeah, but... Do you know how much of a wrench that would have thrown in if anybody had noticed that? Because none of us could have gotten into the biolab. Which means that, in my mind, this absolutely 9,000% confirms that none of us did it. I mean, we basically already knew that, but... This is biolab, and this originally came from the biolab. What about the pickaxe? It's that pickaxe. Yeah. That thing still has yet to come up, which is really bizarre to me. You could argue that only Kyoko would notice something like that and she wasn't here for the investigation. You could. But that's all I really needed to check here. Oh, okay. You just tell me to leave. Alright, what else is left? People. Talk to people. Talk to Hina, talk to Kyoko. Okay, so I need to find where Hiro and Byakuya are and talk to them. Well, found you. That's actually somewhere I haven't checked yet. That's perfect. I completely forgot about that. This is the headmaster's room. Heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Makoto, it's you. Oh, you. There are trophies and even a shield in the display case. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious.
Come on.
Hey, Makoto, are you ignoring me? You think I'll forgive that just because you're you? We get out of here, remember this moment. Hey, you never tell me anything anyway because you think you're better than everybody else. Here's an idea. Remember that butt plug I got at the end of the last chapter? How about you take it and you go fuck yourself? Show me something interesting. Take a look at this. It's on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Student. It says student roster, not registry, but sure. It contains profiles for all of us.
So in other
Apparently
words,
class 78 refers to us. When we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room,
I see.
it also mentioned class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt. She was a student here at Hope Speak Academy just like the rest of us. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. Just seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? Talk about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. What's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. Correct. The profile actually contains 2 pages. Uh-oh.
So, in other words...
When it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. And? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? I was trying to read it about 90 seconds ago and you got all pissy because I didn't talk to you first. Seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening as I skimmed the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background, an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. I'm sorry, what? Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior, too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
What?
What?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought. But I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should note. What? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5'7", 97 pounds, and lists her vitals, 31, 22, 32. What do you think? What I think? If you're asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean? There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro. Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's what I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being his little bitch. Nice. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice for me to use, so I suggest you pay attention. You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her.
In other words...
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. Just what I think. Call it a hunch. Yeah, you'll forgive me if I don't exactly trust you compared to Kyoko. Bitch. My hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. Okay, whatever. Bookshelf seems really well made and is filled with files and thick books. I'm not done yet.
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, there's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, You said to go to the gym, right? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Hero. Hi. Why'd you act so surprised? No reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him. What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. There's no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. It's like he's trying to avoid me. So I've been talking to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Shit! Just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope. This must be the envelope. Just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. I could be the one taking the picture. That's my thought. Does everyone who come to Hope's Peak Academy at the same time as me? Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. That's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byaku and I were in the headmaster's room and looked at that file. Mukuro. Then this girl's Mukuro. Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that, just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. Well, I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't ever remember taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but this is the first time I met everyone else. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other till they got here. But if this picture is real, and could that mean, could it be everyone else? And just me? Everyone here except me is... I want to punch this bear in the face.
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way, standing there, you know. So, I mean, get out. But I told you, I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. Okay. I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it. Well, that was a picture. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. I should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. I still want to talk to Hero. Oh yeah, whoops. It's fine. Interesting, he's not here anymore. Let's start here. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you. What? She ran off so fast I didn't have time to ask her to stop. Why won't you talk to me? They're all suspicious of me now because I'm not in that picture. Maybe at least you'll fucking talk to me. For once in my life, I do want him to talk to me. Oh, that sucks, Chad. Like, a puncture or something? Do we ever... What was in the envelope? Yeah. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. But of course he didn't. He just walked away. Why is he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Why does everyone fucking hate me? Secret council. Yeah. Dude, what the fuck? There's gonna be someone that'll talk to me. Besides Kyoko, of course. I'm sure she'd still talk to me. Nope. Whoa. Someone's in the garden. Hey. Hey, Hero. Hi. What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I'd found. It was like he was avoiding me, like he was afraid of me. Why? Someone's in the biolab. It's probably Toko. Might actually be Genocide Jill. Seems like this was the right choice. And the first thing I saw when I got there was her passed out again. Toko? It's open. Oh, but Toko. I don't fucking care. Toko, you okay? No. She's not dead, is she? Yeah. Ugh. It's cold. Super cold. It's so cold. I think I might catch cold. You take naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No. Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What'd you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Yeah, we share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. It's more like half, but all right. Uh-huh. Well, I want to know right now is where's the sheriff? Well, I mean, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure he's around somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes.
I assume he's by himself.
Oh, I'm on fire!
I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Okay. Totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. The fridge is open. I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out. Aha! Right. She faints so easily. Hi.
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
But listen, about this room. Oh yeah, it's a morgue.
It would seem...
Yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Togo must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and well, there you have it. You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
Imagine she came here to investigate. When she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside drop like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult with her?
Anyway...
We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. But suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Because Mukuro's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? In the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it. Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So... Maybe.
Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. She didn't actually get to check it.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, what do you want me to do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there. Okay. You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. Ah, it's the same one as I found in the garden tool shed. If I remember, that tarp had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. On the left side, yeah, you're gonna say the same shit. See, the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of the lights are on, including Mukuro's. There's 9. 9 lights. This fridge made for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. Pansy. I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Fuck.
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I could solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. It's a good point. Wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her. I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a way to as a trap to confuse us? It's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Alright, I'm done. Already? That was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief.
Indeed.
I pay careful attention to the wounds and traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury. So then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, and these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
The difference is immense considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't... It doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds make it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? so if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then,
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days?
at the very
Certainly you
least...
can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
Hey,
If there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
so...
5'7", 97, vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse.
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Mukuro.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get it going. It's kind of chilly in here. We're not gonna put it back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad. Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. She still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey,
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still.
whew,
You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. She could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
so then...
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes. Ah, hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to her about. Help. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now. Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What? So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
To get any lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see. And?
Did you find anything worthwhile? I found a pocketbook. And after looking through it, I think it must be yours.
Why is that? Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm trying to say is there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you said makes perfect sense. But there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
That video is real too? Video? Oh shit, from like at the beginning of the game.
Makoto.
I think everything's finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me give you the handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook, yeah. After all, it would seem that it's my locker.
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. Class 78 urgent interviews.
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means there's some important clue on this. Well...
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? I will have all the time in the world for you.
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask. For the rest of my life, where's the mastermind?
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst.
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Yeah! Because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to go. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. Better get going myself. I got that DVD. I should head to the AV room and check it out. She said something about hopeless truth, but no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world, I can't afford to lose. How much you know about this is gonna be a fucking shocker. Here we go. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. Must have been only a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka. It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen her in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
I know that voice. The voice I heard was of the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school? What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There's a lot I hadn't understood up till now, but this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad, she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Hey, Kawaii. Welcome to Brain Implosion. Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Everyone, they all said they agreed to live in this school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looked like it broke. Out of service. It just so happened to break just now.
Too bad.
Now then, win doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure, my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask them the question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh. But as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. What would make you forget all that? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... is it time? Oh shit, it might be time.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black. There is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. I guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto.
You're early, Makoto.
Listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? For now, at least. Where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However...
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said. Hey, dick. They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. You know? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me and so I appear.
I'm late.
I'm on fire.
Strong silent master, so wonderful, so cool, so hot. My loins are ablaze.
Yes!
Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
My beautiful scissors!
I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil. But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys. If it's what master wants, it could be a boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Never mind. No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Is everyone here? Ooh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see.
Well now. Thrills, chills, kills!
Climaximum sorrow.
That's fine.
You're right, this is the final class trial, and this time it'll be fair. What do you mean this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know?
Unbelievable.
If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square.
Today, I'm feeling white.
And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious dribble. Begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below, so don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared.
In the name of my family.
This will be over in no time. With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
however,
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however.
Well, you can tell us about it soon, at the class trial. You're right, I'm ready.
So...
Ready to win, right? Of course. Glad to hear you say that. Then she was aboard the elevator. I started making my way toward the opening. Step after step toward that gaping maw. I had resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend. Deeper and deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper still. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound too disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chills, kills!
No need, Jack, because if I had to guess, this trial will be longer than the rest, and each trial is taken 2.5 hours. So, if I keep going now, we won't finish this until 8 o'clock tonight. And that's too late to run this, so we're gonna finish this game tomorrow.